So I'm Summer Kaimalia Nemeth. I'm the president of the Kaʻena Cultural Practice Project, and I'm now a member of the Kaʻena Defenders. I just wanted to make a quick correction about something that Emma had said about extensive consultation with the community. I can tell you right now that I have a document from DOFA dated this January. It was actually their recommendation to deny my petition for a contested case on this issue. And they, according to their timeline, it wasn't 2004 that they began the pre-consultation outreach team. It actually was 2007. And it didn't go out to the media until 2008, January. So I didn't hear about it until 2008. And so I was already, way back on the process of what was happening. I wasn't informed. And I've been, every step of the way, I've been trying to give my feedback in Mahalo about why this project is hewa and the impacts that it's going to have on our iwi kupuna and on our Leina and on our identity. That's who we are. That's where we come from. And every step of the way, I've been denied. I've been ignored. So I really question whether or not they truly are extensively consulting with the community. In that same document that I'll send off to you folks this afternoon, they talk about how they're considering this project a culturally based resource management plan because they talk to a lineal descendant, singular. So the consultation with the Kanaka Maoli community has been very limited. And again, every time I've made an attempt to voice my opinion, I've been shut down. And I've gone to court to try to get the court to appeal the board's decision to deny my petition so that at least they would hear my concerns. And so the process would have been pono. For me, this whole process has been hewa, and Leina has outlined it really well. And so I'm asking if there's anything that the council can do to make sure that the community voice is heard in the situation, and that's not just one or two Kanaka Maoli making decisions for the Leina, which is affecting everyone in our community. And not only our community, but people in Kahiki and Aotearoa whose Leina are connected to our Leina. The passages are connected. And it just doesn't make any sense to me that you can just consult with a handful of Kanaka Maoli, some of whom have never signed a name to a document. They're just anonymous kupuna that we don't know who they are. They're not coming out here to make a statement, so if there's anything you folks can do, I don't know.
I guess quick question back to you then. The Section 106 MOU, who's the mandatory signatory to that?
The mandatory signatories were Fish and Wildlife Service and the DLNR. OHA was invited as a courtesy to become a signatory on that document, and we did actually have start talking about the MOU in August with them. And it wasn't just a rush deal at the very end, and we met to negotiate with them in September we had a meeting, and then in October it cleared their legal department, and after it cleared the legal department and everyone was on board, they reintroduced this. This is what I've been told from, I believe, Keohana.
Yeah.
So it's not the.
So we can talk about that later, but I can say that.
That's my first question. The second question.
That's incorrect.
I'm sorry.
No, that's right.
Consultation with OIBC purportedly occurred when?
Yeah.
In 2007, when the pre-consultation happened, and again, it's with respect to
Consultation defined as written notice?
Written notice.
Because there was no presentation before this council, to my knowledge. I reviewed records from 2005, and I had not seen this.
It's September 2007, according to the document that I saw. The timeline for DOFA's timeline. It was September 2007 that they sent out the scoping letter to you folks.
So yes, we did send a written letter to the OIBC, and again, hopefully, with consultation to OHA and your help, we could receive input on more of the people to consult and ideas on people that we should definitely make sure that we let know about this project. But as I might reiterate, and you're right, it was the 2004 date was a memory. It was 2007 when the outreach team began, 3 years ago. And the 1,800 members of the community were directly consulted in this, as well as 90 different organizations, including OIBC, and many different representatives of cultural and natural resource protection organizations.
Okay, so I'm presuming it was a written consultation, probably going to then Chair Jace Mukwevi. Was there any response by
No.
then Chair? I guess one of the quick lessons learned, and we're true advocates for that, is early in a kind of consultation process. We're an advisory group, well, actually we're more than an advisory group. We're a volunteer group is what I meant to say, that only meets on a monthly basis. So how we get information shared and disseminate to help good decision-making and input is we're really limited. So what I try to advocate is that shy of working with the entire council, the notification of the actual MOCU representative, because that's supposed to be the Kuleana. So that's for hindsight. I would say then, I would probably have a dissenting opinion that consultation has never occurred with OIBC, even though you may counter to say a written notice qualifies as consultation. To that end, my recommendation, recognizing the time restriction, is that I would like to get the endorsement of this council here to write a letter to our current chair, William Ayla, and the other parties subject to this MOU, MOA, to say we think there has been a misstep of sorts specific to our Kuleana, and to fortify a request and to cause for pause on movement forward.
You're asking specifically for AIS, or what are we asking for to rectify?
You know,
that?
without, and I apologize, I don't have all the information, but you know, if a recommendation from Holly Macadani was to recommend an AIS to be completed, and then, you
That's
know.
not the case. She didn't recommend that it
Okay.
be
Wait,
completed.
hold on.
Well, to get the fact straight of what was recommended, and then also to maybe assess ourselves what we think ought to be
To look at all the
recommended.
process, yeah.
We do have Leina already involved, as she's empowered by this council to be a participant in
That's a
discussions.
recommendation.
We
Okay.
don't have a working group per se, but I as the chair, and I guess you and I maybe can work together
Yeah,
to
that-
fortify that letter. And I definitely would like to stay in communication with you as well to get more of the facts. But
Well, talking about the process, I believe that I did come prepared with responses to some of your concerns, and I'm not able to, due to time constrictions, respond at this time. So maybe we can talk more or have more written consultation before
I would hope that
recommendation.
the community would be involved in that too.
I totally agree with the recommendation of our chair and our Councilmember Kiteves here to back up what was recommended by Dr. McEldowney and say that, you know, we think that this step may have been missed, and we feel that her recommendation is solid and should be followed. And she says here, once a final preferred alignment is determined, the Historic Properties Inventory Survey should be conducted of that alignment in all areas that will or could be disturbed during installation of the fence. And she puts that statement under a larger heading of what needs to be included in the
And that
memorandum
survey
of
was
agreement.
done.
Well, okay,
No.
this is the first time I'm hearing that survey was done.
It was
So
never
the survey
done.
was done?
I mean, yes, that we did
The
another
two-day
survey
Yeah.
of the proposed fence alignment, and so I can
The
get.
Mike,
Again,
you
this
guys
is
had the AIS.
the issue of trying to get some of the
There was a AIS
facts
done?
straight. No, EIS is not done.
AIS, Archaeological Inventory Survey. So you're saying one was done, but maybe not? Maybe there's another document that was done? Because Mike is saying that there was no AIS.
okay, so there's no AIS.
Sean Livingston Mosley. I've actually alum in that land for about 32 years. The fence is going up after burial sites. Okay, there's a ton before it. There was somebody who came and walked that land for 2 days. That was not an archaeologist. That's all that's been done. Clearly there's been a misstep that started this project. That is all the grounds you need, period. Look through it and then go forward from there. And that's I know that you said your limited resources, but knowledge is power, and you guys know a lot of people. That's all we're asking. You know, set it straight so that it can be done with due process and due credit, not done in advance and then, oh shit, what do we do?
Well, yeah, if an AIS was not done when it was recommended, I think that's a serious misstep. Further, what's good about it is an AIS looks at more than just burials. It looks at cultural properties, traditional cultural places. And so the Leina becomes a very important part of that study. What is the impact on the cultural community when something like this is this close to something this important as a Leina? So all of these kinds of questions should be delved into, and appropriate commentary from the cultural community associated with these properties should be part of that AIS document.
Mahalo.
So therefore, as a part of the letter that the chair recommends to be drafted, should include the fact that the OIBC currently has a role to play in the current, in this process. Therefore, at the point in time, at the point of inception in this effort, as was indicated, what month of 2007?
It was September 2007.
So according to the records, September 2007, that there was consultation with the council, of which that is not clear, and there are no members on this council who are able to confirm that, and nor has the chair indicated, according to his research, that it is apparently clear. You were not able to find that. We're not saying that it exists or doesn't exist, but
Correct.
not able to verify that.
Correct.
And therefore,
I can find out.
this council has cause to put forth this letter requesting that work be stopped.
Yes.
Is that,
Until such
is
time
that what is
something can
being
be
said?
I think that's where I like to.
Proper argument.